Here's something that will shock you. 97% of men over 50 completely miss when a younger woman is genuinely interested in them. And I'm not talking about gold diggers or women with daddy issues. I'm talking about intelligent, successful, attractive women in their 20s and 30s who find mature men incredibly appealing. But here's the problem. They don't show interest the way women used to. There's no obvious flirting, no batting eyelashes, no clear green lights. Instead, they use a completely different language of attraction that most older men never learn to speak. Today, I'm going to decode the 5 subtle signs that younger women use when they want you to notice them. And by the end of this video, you'll never miss these opportunities again. Before we dive in, drop a comment telling me what city you're watching from. I love seeing our global community grow. Smash that like button and hit subscribe, because what I'm about to share could literally transform your dating life after 50. Trust me, you're going to want to save this video for reference. Let me be crystal clear about something that might surprise you. Younger women are attracted to older men, but not for the stereotypical reasons you might think. It's not about money or father figures or power dynamics. It's about emotional stability, confidence, life experience, and the fact that you've figured out who you are. The challenge is that these women have to be incredibly strategic about showing interest. Society judges age gap relationships harshly, especially when the woman is younger. So they've developed a sophisticated system of signals that flies completely under most men's radar. Miss these signals, and she assumes you're not interested and moves on. Catch them, and you might be surprised at what develops. The biggest mistake older men make is assuming younger women aren't interested, so they don't even look for the signs. Today, that changes. The first sign sounds completely innocent, but it's actually brilliant strategic behavior. She asks seemingly random personal questions that have nothing to do with your current conversation or situation. Do you come here often? Are you married? Do you live nearby? What do you do for work? Do you have kids? What she's really doing is building a comprehensive profile of you. She wants to know if you're available, if you're local, if there are opportunities to see you again, what your lifestyle is like, and whether you might be compatible. These aren't casual questions born from polite small talk. They're strategic intelligence gathering with a specific purpose. Most men answer these questions politely and then move on to other topics. That's a huge mistake. When a younger woman starts systematically interviewing you about your personal life, she's already interested. She's not asking because she's bored or just being friendly. She's asking because she's evaluating you as a potential romantic partner. The correct response is to answer her question thoughtfully, then flip it back to her. What about you? Do you live around here too? This creates what I call the mutual interview, where you're both gathering information about each other. When this happens, you know the interest is real and reciprocated. Here's what most men completely miss. If she's asking these personal questions, she's already decided she likes what she sees physically and personality-wise. Now she's just checking if the practical logistics could work. She's moved past the initial attraction phase and into the evaluation phase. That's actually a very positive place to be. Pay attention to the sequence and persistence of these questions. If she asks one personal question, it might be casual curiosity. If she asks several over the course of your conversation, she's building a file on you. And if she remembers your answers and references them in later conversations, you're definitely on her radar as more than just a friendly acquaintance. Sign number 2 is physical contact that has plausible professional or social cover. She adjusts your tie, brushes something off your jacket, touches your arm while making a point, guides you somewhere with her hand on your back, or finds other seemingly innocent reasons for physical contact. This is genius-level strategy from her perspective. She gets to touch you and gauge your reaction, but if you don't respond positively, she can pretend it was just being helpful or friendly. There's built-in plausible deniability that protects her from embarrassment or rejection. What you need to understand is that younger women are hyper-aware of appropriate boundaries, especially with older men. They know that society scrutinizes their interactions with mature men more closely. If she's creating physical contact despite these social pressures, it's 100% intentional. She's testing whether you welcome her touch and whether there's physical chemistry between you. The key is recognizing the difference between accidental contact and purposeful contact. Accidental contact happens once, and both people usually acknowledge it or apologize. Purposeful contact happens repeatedly, feels natural in the moment, and she doesn't pull away quickly or act embarrassed about it. Watch for contact that lasts just a beat longer than necessary. When she touches your arm to make a point, does her hand linger for an extra second? When she guides you somewhere, does she maintain contact longer than needed for navigation? These micro-extensions of touch are clear indicators of interest. The right response isn't to immediately escalate physical contact, but to show through your body language and facial expression that you enjoyed and welcomed her touch. Smile, maintain eye contact, maybe return the favor in an equally appropriate way when the opportunity arises. Show her that her touch affects you positively without being inappropriate about it. Remember this fundamental principle. Unwanted touch feels awkward and uncomfortable to everyone involved. If she keeps finding natural reasons to touch you, and if those touches feel comfortable and pleasant, she wants that physical connection with you. The third sign is when she laughs more than your jokes actually deserve and responds more enthusiastically than the situation truly warrants. You make a mildly amusing observation about the weather, and she lights up like you're the funniest man she's ever encountered. This isn't fake behavior or manipulation. It's amplified, genuine appreciation. When we're attracted to someone, everything they do seems more interesting, funnier, more charming than it would coming from someone else. She's not pretending to laugh at your jokes. She's allowing herself to fully express how much she genuinely enjoys your company and finds you entertaining. What makes this a clear sign of interest is the contrast in her responses. Watch how she reacts to other people's comments and jokes versus how she reacts to yours. If you're consistently getting significantly more enthusiastic reactions, laughter, and positive responses, that's intentional highlighting of your special status in her mind. The psychological principle here is simple but powerful. We invest more emotional energy in people we're attracted to. Everything becomes more engaging when it comes from someone we like. If she's giving you premium reactions to what you recognize are fairly ordinary interactions, you're definitely not ordinary to her. Look for these specific behaviors. Laughing that continues a beat longer than the joke warrants, asking follow-up questions about your stories or observations, repeating your funny comments to other people, and referencing your humor in later conversations. She's essentially becoming your biggest fan, and that's a clear attraction indicator. Also, pay attention to her body language during these moments. Does she lean toward you when she laughs? Does she touch you while laughing? Does she make eye contact during and after laughing? These are all signs that the laughter is connected to romantic interest, not just general friendliness. The appropriate response is to enjoy her appreciation while gradually ramping up your own humor and charm. Don't suddenly try to become a comedian, but do lean into the aspects of your personality that she's responding to positively. Give her more of what she's clearly enjoying. Sign number 4 is when she creates little projects, tasks, or collaborative opportunities that require ongoing interaction between you two. I could help you with that. Let me show you a better way to do this. We should work together on this project. Or, I know someone who could help you with that. Let me connect you. She's manufacturing legitimate reasons to spend time with you in a way that feels natural and purposeful. This is incredibly smart because it gives her multiple opportunities to be around you without seeming too eager, desperate, or forward. It also allows her to demonstrate her value and usefulness to you. Pay close attention to offers of help that seem somewhat unnecessary or over the top. If you could easily handle something yourself, but she insists on helping, she's creating connection opportunities. If she suggests improvements or alternatives that happen to require her involvement, she's extending your interaction time and creating future meeting opportunities. The beauty of this strategy from her perspective is that it positions her as valuable and helpful while giving you both legitimate reasons to exchange contact information and arrange future meetings. She's essentially creating a framework for an ongoing relationship while maintaining the appearance of practical collaboration. Watch for these specific patterns. Offering expertise in areas where you didn't ask for help, suggesting group activities where you'd both be involved, volunteering for tasks that would require multiple meetings or check-ins, and proposing solutions to your problems that involve her participation. She might also create what I call learning opportunities, situations where she can teach you something or you can teach her something. This creates a dynamic where you're both invested in each other's growth and development, which is a foundation for deeper connection. The key insight here is that time and energy are precious resources, especially for busy younger women who typically have many demands on both. If she's volunteering significant amounts of time and energy to help you with things, she's making an investment in your relationship that goes beyond mere friendliness. The appropriate response is to appreciate her offers genuinely, accept help when it's truly useful, and look for ways to reciprocate or add value to her life as well. This creates a positive cycle of mutual investment that can develop into something deeper. The fifth and perhaps most powerful sign is extended eye contact combined with genuine warmth and interest. Not just looking at you while you're talking, but holding your gaze during pauses, when she's thinking about her response, when she's smiling, and during moments when she could easily look away but chooses not to. This is primal attraction behavior that transcends cultural and generational differences. Extended eye contact triggers neurochemical responses associated with bonding, intimacy, and romantic connection. If she's creating these moments consistently and repeatedly, she's trying to establish a deeper emotional and romantic connection with you. The key difference from normal social eye contact is both duration and quality. Professional or casual eye contact is brief, neutral, and functional. It serves the purpose of communication and then ends. Attraction-based eye contact lingers, feels warm and sometimes even intense, and often includes subtle facial expressions like slight smiles or raised eyebrows. Many older men misinterpret this behavior as just good social skills, professional politeness, or general friendliness. But here's the test to distinguish between social eye contact and romantic eye contact. Notice when she maintains eye contact during moments when she could easily look away without being rude. Watch for these specific situations: holding your gaze during comfortable silences, maintaining eye contact when someone else starts talking, looking at you while she's thinking about her response to something you said, and making eye contact when she's smiling or laughing. These are all moments when social convention would allow her to look away, but romantic interest keeps her focused on you. Also pay attention to the emotional quality of the eye contact. Does it feel warm and inviting? Does it seem like she's studying your face? Does she sometimes seem like she's looking into your soul rather than just at your eyes? These are indicators that the eye contact is emotionally charged rather than merely social. Another key indicator is recovery eye contact. When she looks away briefly and then looks back at you, especially if this happens multiple times during a conversation. This suggests she's drawn to looking at you even when practical communication doesn't require it. The appropriate response is to maintain the eye contact confidently without staring or making her uncomfortable. Smile back when she smiles. Show warmth in your own expression, and allow these moments of connection to happen naturally without forcing them or pulling away too quickly. When you start noticing these signs in your interactions with younger women, here's how to respond effectively and appropriately. First, look for patterns and clusters of behavior, not isolated incidents. One sign could be coincidence or misinterpretation. Multiple signs from the same person over time indicate genuine interest. The more signs you see together, the more confident you can be in her interest. Second, respond gradually and proportionally. Match her level of investment and interest rather than immediately jumping to maximum intensity. If she's creating reasons to spend time with you, suggest an actual planned meeting. If she's touching you casually, show through your body language that you welcome and enjoy the contact. If she's asking personal questions, reciprocate with genuine interest in her life. Third, take appropriate initiative based on what you're observing. These signs are essentially invitations for you to make a move, but they require you to be the one who escalates the interaction. Ask her for coffee, suggest lunch, or find another appropriate way to spend one-on-one time together outside of wherever you normally encounter each other. Fourth, be confident in your own value and attractiveness. Don't spend time wondering why a younger woman might be interested in you or assuming there must be some ulterior motive. You have genuine qualities: emotional stability, life experience, financial security, emotional intelligence that are authentically attractive to many women. Fifth, respect the subtlety of her approach. Don't call out her behavior directly or make her feel exposed or embarrassed about the signals she's sending. Work within the framework she's created rather than forcing everything into the open immediately. Finally, remember that these interactions should feel natural and enjoyable for both of you. If you're overthinking every gesture or analyzing every word, you're probably missing the bigger picture. Trust your instincts while staying alert to the patterns we've discussed. If any of these signs felt familiar as I was describing them, you may have been missing clear opportunities for romantic connection. But now you have the decoder ring for understanding how younger women communicate interest to older men. Next time you encounter these behaviors, you'll know exactly what they mean and how to respond. I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me which of these signs you've experienced but didn't recognize at the time. Share your stories about missed opportunities or successful connections. And don't forget to mention what city you're watching from. I'm building a map of where our smartest and most aware viewers are located worldwide. Hit that like button if this video opened your eyes to possibilities you hadn't considered before. Subscribe to this channel for more insights about dating, relationships, and social dynamics for men over 50. Ring the notification bell so you never miss new content that could change your perspective on what's possible in your romantic life. Because here's the truth that I want you to really absorb. Your best romantic years might actually be ahead of you, not behind you. Your age isn't a limitation that you need to overcome. It's an asset that makes you more attractive to the right woman. Your life experience isn't baggage that weighs you down. It's wisdom that sets you apart from younger, less mature men. The right woman, quite possibly a younger woman, might be waiting for you to notice the signals she's already sending. She might be in your workplace, your neighborhood, your gym, your grocery store, or anywhere else you regularly spend time. The question is, are you going to recognize her interest when you see it?